Where's content going in reputation management? By 2018, 75% of all content consumed online will be video. So when you're thinking of reputation management, you're going to want to develop a video PR face, because this is how people are consuming content, mobile devices. And within 3 years, 75% of all content will be video content consumed on a mobile device. You want to have a mobile responsive website. You want to be on mobile responsive platforms like LinkedIn. You want to have content that can be accessed on those platforms through video. Explainer videos, educational videos, updates, industry trends, news reports, where you've been. You're going to Turkey. Hi, I'm in Turkey. I'm on business. This is amazing. We're having so much fun in Turkey. Anyways, peace out. We'll talk to you next week, right? These are all valuable content. Like, you went to Turkey? Yes, I'm international in scope. She may be the person we're looking for. Who knew? Your top priority, and this really came through as you were talking to, is to become customer obsessed. Because when you are customer obsessed and not brand obsessed, you will build better reputation. You know, a lot of people will come to me and they'll go, Ed, we really need to, brand our business and we need to tell people how great we are. And I'm like, people don't want to hear about how great you are. What they want to know is how well you're going to service them. So one of the most difficult things in branding a company that's not customer obsessed and is me obsessed is to really go, how do we make the experience amazing for your clientele? And by making the experience for your clientele through your content, like this gentleman writes blog posts. They're very technical, right? He creates a valuable service for his users. And guess what happens? They read it, they share it, they put it on LinkedIn, they make comments, and he gets business from it because he is consumer obsessed. Like, what kind of content are my clients going to be like, wow? And if you keep creating that wow content, you are, in effect, building your reputation.
Let me just give you a little short example of how that works.
Please.
So a potential client calls me, and I always ask them, how did you find me? And they said, oh, we got a referral. And I said, personal referral? And they go, well, yeah. And I said, well, that's really interesting. Can I ask you who referred me? And they said, sure. And they gave me the guy's name. Never heard of him.
Yep.
But I bet you, if I dug down into my RSS feeds or
That's right.
my line sign-ups,
That's right.
he's one of my readers.
That happens to me all the time. Yeah, someone that knew you through LinkedIn or you spoke, and then they went on your email list, and then they forwarded the email to you. Yeah, it's called word of mouse.
No, I get.
It's word of mouse. Yeah. So, okay, where do we really start with reputation management? It starts with market research. David Ogilvy, who is basically the guy that revolutionized advertising. He's still considered the #1 influential man in the history of advertising, David Ogilvy. He said, advertising people who ignore research are as dangerous as generals who ignore decodes of enemy signals. So what's research? Well, research really is about understanding the needs of your consumer. You can do this through surveys, through emails, industry surveys that are being done by you maybe subscribe to the Harvard Business Review, or maybe you subscribe to Lawyer Today or Accountant Trends. And you read through these things and you go, this is how accountants feel these days about their business. Or this is where coaching and consulting is going. You can watch what successful companies or coaches are doing. right? And you can emulate that. What are the trends and successful actions in other industries? And also speaking to peers and key opinion leaders. So the point is that when you want to create a great consumer experience, you want to gather information. You want to understand the psychometrics of your target audience. Like, one day I'm going to open a coffee shop. I'm obsessed with coffee. I'm obsessed with amazing coffee. And there's a coffee place in Tustin called The Lost Bean. And they serve organic coffee. Okay, and if you go there, it's like your living room, right? I want to have a place like that, and I've got the name picked out, and I've got the branding all done, and I might talk to some of these guys about their angel investors, right? So I've got this whole thing created about what I want to do. But before I open that coffee store, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to talk to 10 successful independent coffee shop owners. And I'm going to pick their brain. Because I'm not going to walk into that business not knowing what that industry wants or what the consumers expect or how the pricing is done. I'm going to do my research. And so should you. Step number 2, writing a strategy. Sun Tzu, the author of The Art of War, all men can see these tactics. Sorry, I omitted a word. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Do you know, I read this interesting book about geniuses, and geniuses have 24 qualities. And you know what one of the qualities is? And this book says if you just do what geniuses do, you might become a genius. So it gave me kind of hope. Because before then I was kind of caved in on not being a genius. So I read the book hoping that I could evolve. And they said, all you got to do is emulate the actions of a genius, and it might just rub off on you. One of the qualities of a genius is they write things down. They write their goals down. They go, just the action of writing them down helps the guy visualize it. Plus, when the guy commits it from pen to paper or from virtual ink to a screen, it is found that the person will hold themselves more accountable to accomplishing the goal. So one of the things I do is I go, you're going to write down your reputation strategy. We're actually going to write down the strategy and the tactics like Sun Tzu. Guess what happens when the person actually writes down what they're going to accomplish with their reputation management? They more than likely are going to do it.